Hello, everyone. Adrian Groenewald, Me Vision Academy. It's a privilege to be with you as always. And today we are again handing out a Successful Leader Award. Someone nominated by Malik Milamu, one of our, I want to say, founders of our entire ecosystem, and he's been a great supporter. So, wonderful nomination. A reminder that we are going to the length and breadth of society and finding successful leaders by countries, sectors, and levels in organizations. And these are individuals who consciously strive to improve themselves, to improve others around them, to improve their organizations, and also improve society. So today we've got Sharifa Noor. She's the MD of Kgori Capital. And as I said, nominated by Malik Milamu. She sits in Botswana right now. Sharifa, welcome.
Thank you very much, Adrian.
And I'm going to hand you the award officially. And after that, we'll talk about successful leadership for a moment. We look forward to hearing from you about that. This is an exclusive recognition of successful leadership awarded to Sharifa Noor for at least the following: successfully and consistently leading self, but also successfully and consistently leading others, which is all about leadership, and successfully leading Kgori Capital as COO and now CEO. Your personal growth and development as a leader, you get recognition for that, but also your resilience, determination, and focus on creating opportunities for your team to grow. So very much focused on your team and the organization. And we say congratulations. I'm signing on behalf of Me Vision Academy, a journey to best self. Sharifa, a formal congratulations.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. I'm deeply honored to receive this recognition for leadership. Thank you to everyone involved in the award process. And a special thank you to the chairman of the Kgori Capital Board, Malik Milamu, for the nomination. This means a lot to me, coming from someone that is so inspirational to me in so many ways. This acknowledgement means so much, not only personally, but also as a reflection of the collective journey that we've been on together at Kgori Capital. And I also want to share this recognition with the team that have supported and have shaped me to be the leader that I am today. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sharifa. So here's the moment. You've led, you're leading. What does successful leadership look like?
So leadership, in my view, is never an individual journey, Adrian. It's about the people you lead that grow with you. And I've been extremely privileged, I believe, to have worked with such committed and passionate people in various, not only in this organization, but I think in various organizations, because I think that it also talks about how leadership strengthens you as you go along the way. But definitely in my recent role as Kgori Capital, I'm really, really, very privileged to have worked with such great people that have shaped me in some way or the other. For me, it also starts with leading oneself with intention, integrity, self-awareness. It's about showing up consistently, even when it's hard, Adrian. And that's something I'm very, very much aware of. Leadership is also about being authentic and true to yourself. The principles and values that you believe in really need to come out and show, and really need to say who you are. And then again, I think it also means, creating space for others to thrive. I believe a leader's true strength is enabling others to take risks and succeed in their own right. Again, I just want the last point I want to mention is that leadership is about resilience, Adrian. And this word is very, very sort of, I don't know, does it resonate a lot with me because of, things that I've been through as a leader and been through within the organization as well, as a leader in the organization. But it's about resilience. It's about staying grounded through change, making decisions with clarity and removing or remaining focused on long-term purposes over short-term comfort. So yeah, in essence, I think to me, that's what leadership means.
So you say showing up even when it's difficult. People forget leaders have their own difficulties in life, behind the scenes, at home, health, whatever it is, broader family issues. And as you say, being able to still show up with some resemblance of a positive attitude and being present and in a way forgetting your own challenges and trying to zoom in on their challenges that they're facing. How do you do that? So you're having a really bad morning, a really bad day, but you realize I've got to be self-aware and I need to still show up. That's not easy, even if you're the leader. People think it just comes naturally.
Yeah, and if I think about my journey at Kgori Capital, I think that's for me is one of the areas where I can really speak to when you're talking about the challenges and showing up even in the hardest of times. You know, my journey with Kgori has really stretched me and challenged me and taught me more than any textbook could ever. And I think it's those hard lessons that we find answers into our next journey in terms of what we want to try and continue doing as a leader. We learn from it. Some of them are very tough. You know, you don't even wish it on your worst enemy. They're tough, but they what shapes you and what creates character within you as a leader. So yes, you're right, Adriana. They're not easy sometimes, but we get up and we go. And some of us, I'm a mom of two girls. So it's very difficult also for me to have shared 13 years, almost 13 years within Kgori Capital and having to sacrifice that part of my life as well. So it's different lessons that I think have learned and shaped me as a leader and has actually created the character that you are seeing today or that you're recognizing today.
Last question, maybe second last question. You seem to be very focused on creating space to thrive, you mentioned, on focusing on people and their development and their improvement. What do you think triggered that in you? Is it your upbringing? Is it your background where you seem to have a specific passion for that?
Absolutely. I think it comes from me being the middle child. So it's that middle child syndrome. So when you're middle child, you know, you're always the one taking care of everything for everyone, right? I've got those older than me and I've got those that are younger than me. So I think that has probably been one of the true characters within me that has always been there to try and find ways to do things for other people, to allow them to thrive, to help them, to push them along the way, to give them that courage, to support them. You know, and just sometimes just be their cheerleader. I think that's also just very important. So I think you're right when you say, does it come from my upbringing? I think it comes from the fact that I'm a middle child. And the middle child, I think, is the strongest one in some way or the other. I don't know what happens when there are two kids, because I've got two kids, so I'm trying to find the middle between the two of them. But I think I can see two extreme opposites in some way or the other.
There's no right or wrong answer here, but do you think you have found your purpose in life, or are you still on that journey to a large degree because you have lots of years ahead of you? What's your view on this?
Yes, I think that, you know what, Adrian, the important thing is that I think I have found the start of my purpose, and Kgori Capital has definitely given that to me. So when I started Kgori Capital, the purpose of why we set up Kgori Capital was to be able to not only be pioneers in what we were doing at the time, because we set up a business or an asset management firm in Botswana, and we set up a local asset management firm. It was one of the very first local asset managers. So being pioneers was very key for us to, you know, ensure that we come in and show that we set up a business where my purpose at the time was to actually upskill, was to be able to pass on that level of skill. But the skill was not only just within asset management or within the investment industry. It was also to show others within the industry that as much as we could do this, set up a local or 100% citizen-owned firm, that other citizens could also believe in themselves in actually setting up a firm. So once again, for me, it's important that this firm is to remain that sort of legacy that I would like to see it still continue upskilling, whether it's within the firm or within the industry. That I'd really like to find that this firm continues that journey of upskilling and giving back to the economy and the society as a whole. So that's also something that I'm also very passionate about, is being community driven, is doing something that has some impact within the community. And I think if we just look at the essence of what we do as asset managers, is enabling people to be able to save. And I think for me, that's another passion that I think I've always, you know, stuck to. If you look at my history, you'll find that I've got a very strong background in creating tools or products for saving and to be able to allow an individual to save. So I often say this with a lot of pride, is that I created the unit trust industry within Botswana. And that industry, if I look at the impact that that has created, I think it's quite tremendous. And I think that does say something about me and that purpose that I'm hoping to achieve.
Sharifa, Noor, thank you so much, MD Kgori Capital. Well done on the award and for living your purpose and for giving the recognition to your team and making a difference in Botswana and probably beyond.
Thank you so much, Adrian. This award is definitely a beautiful milestone in my journey. But the real award, I think, is the opportunity to continue building something meaningful with people I trust and honor. And I remain committed to growing and serving and leading with purpose. So thank you very much, Adrian.